How to stop overthinking. Have you ever laid awake at night, replaying the same conversation over and over again? Wondering if you said the wrong thing, wondering if you made the wrong decision, wondering what might happen tomorrow, or next week, or next year. Your body is tired, your eyes are heavy, but your mind refuses to stop. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is the story of a young man named Alex. Alex was intelligent, hardworking, kind, but he had one habit that quietly controlled his life. He overthought everything. Every decision became a battle. Every problem became bigger than it really was. Every mistake became proof that he wasn't good enough. If someone didn't reply to his message, he imagined they were angry. If his manager asked to speak with him, he imagined losing his job. If a friend sounded different on the phone, he imagined something was wrong. His mind was constantly creating stories. Most of them were negative. Most of them were false. But Alex believed them anyway. One evening he received an email. The subject line simply said, "Meeting tomorrow." Nothing more. No details. No explanation. Just 2 words. Meeting tomorrow. For most people, it would have been a normal email. For Alex, it became a nightmare. His mind immediately started racing. Did I make a mistake? Am I in trouble? Am I going to lose my job? The more he thought, the worse it became. That night, he barely slept. He imagined dozens of terrible scenarios. By morning, he was exhausted. When he arrived at work, his manager smiled and said, "Good morning, Alex." Alex nervously walked into the meeting room. Then something unexpected happened. His manager congratulated him. The meeting was about a promotion. A promotion. The thing he had spent the entire night worrying about turned out to be good news. On his way home that evening, Alex couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. Not the promotion. The worrying. The fear. The stress. All the suffering he had created inside his own mind. And none of it was real. As he walked through a quiet park, he noticed an elderly man feeding birds near a lake. The man looked peaceful, completely relaxed. Alex sat nearby. After a few minutes, he shared what had happened. The old man listened carefully. Then he asked a question. Tell me, how many of the things you worry about actually happen?" Alex thought for a moment. "Not many." The old man smiled. "Then why do you keep paying interest on debts you don't owe?" Alex looked confused. The old man pointed to the lake. "Overthinking is like sitting in a rocking chair. It keeps you moving, but it takes you nowhere." Those words stayed in Alex's mind. For the first time, he began observing his thoughts, and what he discovered shocked him. His mind was rarely focused on the present. It was either replaying the past or worrying about the future. Very little time was spent enjoying the moment he was actually living. When he made a mistake, he replayed it for days. When something good happened, he worried about losing it. When nothing was wrong, his mind searched for problems anyway. It was exhausting. One morning Alex decided to try something different. For whenever he noticed himself overthinking, he asked one simple question. Is this thought helping me? Not. Is this thought true? Not. Is this thought important? Just. Is this thought helping me? Most of the time, the answer was no. The thought wasn't helping. It wasn't solving a problem. It wasn't improving his life. It was simply creating anxiety. So he practiced letting it go. At first, it wasn't easy. His mind wanted to return to old habits, just like a river naturally follows the same path. But every day he became a little better, a little calmer, a little more present. Then one day, something changed. Alex realized that overthinking was not the same as problem solving. For years he believed they were the same thing. They aren't. Problem solving leads to action. Overthinking leads to paralysis. Problem solving asks, "What can I do?" Overthinking asks, "What if?" Again, and again, and again, without ever finding an answer. Imagine a person standing at a crossroads. One path leads left. The other leads right. A problem solver chooses a path and starts walking. An overthinker stays at the crossroads, analyzing, questioning, doubting. until hours pass and no progress is made. Life rewards action, not endless analysis. That realization changed Alex forever. He started making decisions faster, not reckless decisions. 6 reasonable decisions. And once he made them, he stopped revisiting them. He understood something important. No amount of worrying could change yesterday, and no amount of overthinking could control tomorrow. The only thing he truly had was today, this moment, right now. Scientists have discovered that the human brain is naturally designed to look for threats. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. But in modern life, that same survival system often creates unnecessary worry. Your brain tries to protect you, but sometimes it protects you from things that aren't even real. A future that hasn't happened, a conversation that never took place, a problem that doesn't exist. That's why awareness is so important. You are not every thought that enters your mind. Read that again. You are not every thought that enters your mind. Thoughts come and go, like clouds passing through the sky. Some are useful. 7, some are not. You don't have to chase every cloud. You don't have to believe every thought. You can simply observe them and let them pass. Over time, Alex developed a simple rule. Whenever he caught himself overthinking, he would focus on what he could control: his actions, his effort, his attitude. Because worrying about things outside your control is like trying to control the weather. No matter how much energy you spend, nothing changes. But when you focus on what you can control, everything changes. Your confidence grows. Your peace grows. Your clarity grows. Months later, Alex returned to the same park. The elderly man was there again. This time, Alex looked different. Lighter, calmer, happier. The old man smiled. "You seem at peace." Alex smiled back. "For the first time in years." "I am." The old man nodded. "What changed?" Alex looked at the lake and replied, "I stopped trying to control everything." And that was the truth. Because peace doesn't come from having all the answers. Peace comes from accepting that you don't need all the answers. Sometimes the best decision is simply to take the next step. Sometimes the best solution is action. Sometimes the best thing you can do is trust yourself. Remember this. Most of the things you worry about today will never happen. Most of the conversations you replay have already been forgotten by everyone else. Most of the fears in your mind exist only in your imagination. Don't let imaginary problems steal real happiness. Don't sacrifice today's peace for tomorrow's uncertainty. Life is happening right now, not yesterday. 9, not tomorrow. Right now. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Trust yourself. And focus on the present moment. Because the moment you stop living inside your thoughts, you finally start living your life. Thank you for listening to Skill Up 26. Keep learning. Keep growing. And remember, your mind should be your greatest tool, not your biggest prison.
10.